All right, welcome back. Now, I know, well, let me say I suspect there might be a lot of Keishas out there who read the title of the stream and also saw the thumbnail, read the thumbnail, and right away you knew exactly what I was about to talk about. Salute to Rogue in the building, everybody in the building. You knew exactly what I was about to talk about, and you're right. And you know what else? You've never heard anybody else talk about this. I know this for a fact. Nobody in the history, if you have, please share a link to the video or a blog or a post on Reddit. I don't believe anybody has ever openly talked about this. Now look at your screen. A good quality wig varies. And we all know Keisha prefers the best quality. You see them purchasing designer this, designer that, Coach handbags and whatnot. They want the real thing. They don't want no knockoffs. As I sit here right now, I have about 100 fake designer handbags that I planned on selling. Have a little side hustle. And Keishas don't want those. Even though you really can't tell the difference between them and the real thing. They want the real thing. Okay? But good quality wig varies. The high end often between $300 and $2,000, $2,000 plus dollars for realism and longevity, while quality synthetic wigs typically fall in the $150 to $400 range. Man, oh man. And they end up needing a new wig every 3-4 months, right? Every few months or so. They need a new wig. And I'm sure they wish they could afford to replace it every month if they could. That way they always looking fresh. So that's a lot of money. We're not supposed to be paying anything for hair at all. So this is a lot of money. I mean, who could you imagine having to buy a new head of hair every 3-4 months? You coughing up $300, $500, $700, maybe $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 every 3 to 4 months for a head of hair. Couldn't imagine doing that at all, me personally. Now, why did they start doing this? Because if y'all remember correctly, they used to just perm their hair. And look at how much cheaper that would be. You get you a perm for $20, put it in your natural hair. Of course, that's one of the problems. That's one of the reasons why they don't perm anymore. They don't really like to perm. That's not a part of their culture anymore. It's because you still have to display your real hair. And that's usually hair that's too short for their liking. They don't want hair that short. They want hair as long as Becky's. Did y'all see that ridiculous wig Nicki Minaj had on up there at Turning Point USA? Her hair was so long that it was laid across the sofa that she was sitting on. Just epic, epic Becky and Brad worship. Epic. Epic worship of non-black people is what it is. That is what it truly is. It's like they so badly want to be those people. They want to be those people. They don't care anything, long as it ain't black. $20 every 3-4 months. Now with these perms, I don't know if y'all remember. I remember very well. Okay, I had 2 older sisters and 3 to 4 foster sisters. Okay, so I dealt with Keisha's growing up. I know them very well, and I know things that they do very well. I had 2 younger brothers and about 2 different foster brothers. Okay? Yeah, $20 every few months. They don't want to do that because you got to deal with your natural hair. And their natural hair might not be that long. Okay? They don't want to just have to do that. But on top of that, when they perm their hair, it doesn't hang like white women's hair. It doesn't flow. Instead, it's more like crunchy looking, where it just doesn't move, it doesn't flow, right? It's like cardboard. It's like strained cardboard. And she sat here, and this is an edited video, mind you. She sat here and went through the perming process. And you see the video is 25 minutes, over 25 minutes long. And they talk about, so the real time it took was longer. And they sit up here complaining about how long it take to do natural hair. Black men, are you ever in the mirror doing your hair that long? It's all excuses. Now, she done permed her hair already, people. Look at her. See? She's already permed it. And look at what she about to do. She about to straighten it some more. This is what they do. This ain't straight enough for them. You know what they're doing right now? They're trying to get it to look more like, to get look as much like non-black people's hair as possible. It don't hang like non-black people's hair, so it needs to be straightened some more. It's not straight enough. Exactly what look are you striving for right now? Think about it. You just permed it. It's already straight. Compared to your natural hair, it's already straight. What are you doing? You got to straighten it some more because it don't look exactly like non-black women's hair, and it doesn't flow. See, they don't only want the long hair. They don't only want straight hair, straight long hair. Think about that. If you are truly after a look, then straight long hair should do it for you. You know what they want? They want the hair to behave like this. See that? They want it to hang and flow and behave just like that. Why? Because they want the exact hair that these other people have. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You're not going to sit here and tell me, you're not going to sit here and tell us that you just trying to go through your options. No. You want the flow. Oh, yes, you do, Keisha. You want the flow, the swing. You see, that's always been associated with beauty with these other people. It's always been associated. And it's actually annoying just watching them play around and flip and flap, constantly moving their hair this way, moving it that way, moving it behind the shoulders, in front of the shoulders. Now I want it behind my. It's like, leave your flipping hair alone. But Keisha don't care. See, that right there. That's what they want. That's what they want. See how her hair is in front of her shoulders now? You can't do this with permed hair. You can't do this with permed hair. It doesn't behave like this. And now she just easily tossed it behind her shoulder now. Non-black women, they do this all the time. They do it nonstop. They do this nonstop, people. If you just sit and watch them sometimes on a live. They do it all the time. Some of them, they can't stop. Rubbing their hair. Tossing it this way and tossing it that way and toss. And they can't stop. They can't stop. Keisha with a permed head is looking at that and getting jealous, even though her hair is already straightened. She's still not satisfied because this is not them to a T. We're still different. And Keisha's mind is like, no, I want that hair. I don't want it to just look like that hair. I want that hair. That physical, that actual hair. It's not just a look that they're after. It is not, never has been. It has been the fact that they want to be these people. That's why that Keisha said that it was saddening to see these non-black people, how much they hate black people. And other Keishas can relate. They all feel saddened to see all non-black people piling up and attacking black people. It saddens all Keishas to see that. Why? Because Keishas, they have a spiritual bond, obsession, lust, love for all of those people. Those people's men, they view as genetically superior to black men. And they treat their DNA, their genes, like gold. And y'all hate us? Y'all hate us? Yeah, that is something that will sadden Keisha. I am telling you, I'm telling all of you. They have a very unusual obsession with everybody who is not black. They are so turned off by black genetics, it's hard to put into words. And they're most turned off by it when it's on a female. When our genes, when black men's genes are on a female, beautifies a female, they don't view that as beautiful at all. At all. They want to be Brad and Enrique's and all of those men's counterpart. Then they would feel blessed. Now, there's no need to buy a wig. Do y'all think they would still be buying wigs if their hair grew exactly like those people? Do you think they would still be paying? Why? Now you have what you've been paying for. Why would you still be buying wigs? Huh? Huh? I am now those people. So there's no need for me to buy and purchase their body part. I got it. You telling me that this level of self-rejection won't translate into hostility towards black men, towards their kids who are going to be born with these traits that they despise so much? Of course it will. Of course it will. And the crazy part about it, if you do another thing I want to point out to y'all. Look at Rose Namajunas with long hair. And look at her with short hair. Huge difference, isn't it? Hair plays a major role in the creation of a woman's beauty and appearance. It plays a massive role. So you can't say, oh, it's just hair. No. Again, this further proves they want to be those people. They want that type of beauty. They want the type of beauty that those women have naturally. They want the look and they want the texture, the everything. The texture and everything comes from the DNA. You can also call that what? Blood. They want these people's blood. Cannot make this up. If you do a simple search, like I was about to say, you'll see natural hairstyles on black women look just fine. And most black men say that they prefer the natural hairstyles. I've done many searches here. True natural hairstyles, they look just fine. So, despite the fact that going natural, you don't sacrifice your beauty, why are you still doing this? Especially seeing that you are collectively the poorest demographic. I think they might make more than maybe Hispanic women or something. Maybe. Ridiculous. So like I've always said, their, beauty standard, the beauty standard that they adhere to is a white supremacist, anti-black beauty standard. And that gets passed to the females, and the males are groomed by it. They have to grow up and watch black women do this their whole life. So when those black men prefer those other women, you as black women, you don't have the right to question them. When you literally want to be those other women deep down inside. And these other people simply monetized your desires, monetized your self-hatred, made a business out of providing hair for you. Here these people are over there in Asia casting demons into their hair and then cutting it off. That's what they do. All negative energy, all the demons inside of their body, they cast it into their hair and then cut it off and sell it to Keisha. These people already naturally have a hatred for black people. And then they cut their hair off and give it to Keisha. Don't you think that's like tampering with the spirit realm? Doesn't that sound like a way, a sort of practice of voodoo or something? Remember, that voodoo, all that stuff, quite often involves hair, acquiring the DNA of another person. And that's literally what Keisha has, the DNA from other people. And those people actually hate you, genuinely dislike you. And then Asia is strong. They are so, they worship whiteness. The whiter you are, the better you are. And you putting their DNA on your head, don't you think that's bringing demons to our population? Bringing them right into your home. It's crazy how they have a natural dislike for black people. They cast demons into their hair. They send it to Keisha, and Keisha herself has a hatred for blackness. And that combined, those energies combine. Just like male and female. She has a hatred for blackness, black traits, hates the black identity, hates the black man. They cast in their demons. So it's like a joining of demons. Keisha already got a demon in her. And they sent in more demons. This is not cool, man. And that's why I've always said I look at this as witchcraft. I've said that several times. And this is a big reason why. They want to literally be these people. The perming was not enough. Even though it was far cheaper. Far cheaper. And even literally, the perming is not enough. Even after they put perms in their hair, they got to further burn it, further straighten it. They want it straighter. Oh, that's not straight enough. I need it to be straighter. It's got to be as close to Becky and Ling Ling as possible. And you see that? See, even still, it don't flow. You see that? See that? She's come as close as possible to that actual head of hair. But she's not quite there. Look at her edges here. Kind of crunchy. Not looking right. Partly straightened, but just left there. This is her edges are not in their natural state. This wasn't close enough for Keisha. This wasn't close enough for Keisha. There are still too many differences between their hair and other people's hair. So it's like, no, this is not good enough. When Ling Ling and Becky have hair like this, it still flows and flaps and swings through the air. Okay? That hair is still not doing this. It's still not behaving like this. So what are, in essence, no, I want those women's literal, actual hair. I want to be those women. I want to be those people. So it makes sense for them to be captivated by those people's men. Of course, they're going to look at those men as a step up. I've leveled up because I'm with a unemployed whatever. I've leveled up. I will even take care of them. No need for 50-50. You see? I mean, this literally translates into the worship of those people's men. There's no way it could not. That's all evidence you need. Fact that they wear these people's hair, that should automatically let you know she worshiped those people's men and jealous of those people's women. Just living life all through life, just self-hatred, hating themselves, being jealous of other people, wanting to be other people. Just a living, walking, talking head case. Everything black men have been telling black women is proven to be true. What in the world makes you think this ain't? Eventually, all black people will agree with and adhere to what I'm saying right now. And it's already been motivating black men in several different ways. Salute everybody in the building. We'll see y'all on the next live.